So last Tuesday, Chris Evans was having problems with his mixing desk, and he started talking about different things that he'd forgotten he had on there. One of them was this sound called Big Carl. And a Big Carl is a tuba sound, and they usually give this for people who have done really amazing things. And he said, just for fun, let's give 5 Big Carls to people who think they've done something worthy in 2019. So I decided to send in about the book.
Right, so who wants a Big Carl? Who deserves a Big Carl? We just remembered Big Carl. Big Carl was the highest accolade we could bestow upon a listener for anything. Best text, best interview, just being the best ever. This is a Big Carl. If you get one of those... and now one of these, then that's it. You're sort of done. You can just celebrate for the rest of your life. That's what you can do there. But take it easy. Paul in Tetbury says, I think I deserve a Big Carl for publishing my first book last month. It's about wasting time at work. It's doubly amazing since I originally only got a D in GCSE English. Hopefully you did write it at work.
Yes, I was hoping that, yeah.
But you haven't told us what it's called. You need to tell us what it's called, Paul in Tetbury, because you can now self-publish, can't you?
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey was a self-published novel, wasn't it? And look how many millions of copies that has sold. Well done, Paul in Tetbury. If you text us back, we'll add the round of applause, but we're holding it for now because you haven't told us the title of your book. Well done for writing your book, but you're terrible at marketing.
So I was in a service station listening to this on my earpiece, not thinking it would get on, but obviously hopeful. And when I heard that, I nearly spat my hash brown out. Because the thing is, I had included the name of the book on the original message, but the producer had obviously cut it out. Never mind. So I was obviously then trying to text furiously, which I did, finished my breakfast, went out to the car, and I heard, so Paul's been back in touch from Tetbury, and then my radio cut out. So I didn't hear it. When it actually cut back in again, which was about 5 seconds later, he wasn't talking about it. And I thought, he must have just said a couple of words maybe. So it was a bit frustrating. I didn't hear it, but then I started getting messages from friends saying, Chris Evans is talking about your book on the radio show. What's going on? And at that point, I realised there's an inverse lag, even though it sounds like only 3 seconds in real life. There was actually a 30-second gap when he'd been talking about it. And then I realised that he'd mentioned the name of the book twice.
Thanks for the Big Carl, says Paul, who wrote his book, self-published his own book about wasting time at work. It's called What Are You Doing? The Uncomfortable Truth About How You Waste Time at Work. I suppose that you should really say, it's like, the book is called What Are You Doing? Mm-hmm. That's like that, isn't it? The uncomfortable truth about how you waste time at work. And it's so true, because there are so many things that have been invented since we all started doing jobs that people still do nowadays to make those jobs quicker, but people still go to work for as long. So this is Paul, it's a great book. Well done. I'm tempted to give you a second Big Carl, but that just can't happen.
So of course I was so pleased about that, but there were 2 things in particular that I was pleased about. One is the name of the book. And when Chris mentioned the name of the book, Rachel Horn in the background, the lady that does the news and the travel, she laughed straight away, which meant that the title resonated. And it's supposed to. It's supposed to be that kind of, what are you doing? So that was really great. And then the other thing is at the end of it when Chris said, it's a great book. And that meant a huge amount. So, a lot of fun. PR is king.